Hi there, this is Mrs. Piper, and I'm going to take this very short video to begin our unit on perspective. Now, in order to make this easier for you, I'm going to be going over a couple of important vocabulary words. Not all of the vocabulary, but the couple of the important ones. And then I've got to make sure you understand what you can and cannot draw using one-point perspective. So let's begin with what perspective is. As we will be learning, perspective is a set of rules that artists follow in order to create the illusion of three-dimensional space on a flat two-dimensional surface. And the surface that you're going to be working on is a piece of paper. So the goal of this assignment will be to create the illusion of things going back in space even though you're working on a flat surface. Now the flat surface is called your picture plane, but we'll go over that in just a few minutes. What I'd like to do now is talk about this line that's going behind me, okay? When you begin one-point perspective, the very first thing you have to do is establish your horizon line. This line is called the horizon line. The horizon line is in every work that is created, but you often do not see it. It is that line that separates the sky from the earth. So, if we think about the horizon line, it would be like if you removed all of the buildings and all of the people and all of the trees. This would be the line that separates the sky above and the earth below. Now, that earth might be covered with water, or it could be land. When I say earth, I mean the earth, planet. The sky is everything above the horizon line. So, when we look at these important vocabulary words, I want you to understand that we will be writing them down in our notes, so you will have a copy of this information for you to use, but I wanted to just illustrate visually what they are, where they are, what they do. So the horizon line is that flat line that's horizontal that goes across your paper, and it separates the sky from the earth. You will notice also that the horizon line is at my eye level. Often the horizon line is called eye level, and we're going to understand why that is in just a little while, okay? So let's go ahead and move on from these vocabulary words to what can and cannot be drawn using one-point perspective. I am going to show you just a flat box, or a three-dimensional box, right? Now, earlier I talked to you about your picture plane. Your paper is your picture plane, but when you're thinking about it visually, I want you to imagine that there is a plate glass window in between you, the viewer, and the objects that you're drawing. That plate glass window with its frame around it is your picture plane. So that is your piece of paper. So the only objects that can be drawn in one-point perspective are objects that are parallel to the picture plane. So what does that mean? Well, that means I want you to think about this box. Now this box, this is the front of the box. This box can be a horizontal box, which means it's laying down, or it can be vertical if it's growing into a tall building or a skyscraper. But no matter what shape this box is, it has to face the viewer directly, which means it has to be parallel to the picture plane. So if I have a plate glass window in between you and the objects that you're drawing, if that object were to be pushed into the plate glass window, it would hit it flatly. It would be parallel to the picture plane. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the front of the box that's hitting the picture plane. It could be the side of the box. But no matter what part of the box is moving forward. It is still parallel to the picture plane, so it's hitting the plate glass window flat. If the box turns slightly, what hits the plate glass window? The edge of the box. So this box cannot be drawn in one-point perspective because it is not parallel to the picture plane. In other words, it does not face the viewer directly. So, what can and cannot be drawn in one-point perspective is very important. If an object faces you directly and is parallel to the picture plane, it can be drawn in one-point perspective. Now, let's take this box. We have this box, and we have talked about the horizon line also being known as eye level. Now, why is it eye level? Well, because that is the level at which your eye will rest. And if the box is at eye level, you will be able to see the front of the box. If it's right in front of you, you will only be able to see the front of the box. If the box is over to the side, you would be able to see the front of the box and the side of the box. Again, this is at eye level. If the box is on the other side, you again would be able to see the front of the box and the side of the box. Now, you will notice if the box goes above eye level, now all of a sudden I can see the front of the box and the bottom. If it's to the side, I'll be able to see the front of the box, the bottom of the box, and the side of the box. So eye level becomes very important in drawing your boxes to make them look like they're up in the air or down on the ground. If it is below eye level, you will notice I can still see the front of the box, but now I can see the top of the box and the side of the box. If it is directly in front of the viewer, you would be able to see the front of the box and the top of the box, but you would not be able to see the sides of the box. So no matter what object you're drawing, no matter where it is placed in relationship to the horizon line, you will be able to draw it in one-point perspective if it faces the viewer directly, if it's parallel to the picture plane. You might see the top and the front and the side. You might see the bottom and the front and the side if it's to one of the sides of the viewer. So, in a nutshell, perspective is a set of rules that you are going to be able to learn and follow to create the illusion of depth and space on a flat two-dimensional surface, so that you are going to be able to draw your forms to look three-dimensional even though they're on a flat picture plane. What's the picture plane? The picture plane is your piece of paper. You can envision it as a window between you, the viewer, and the object that you're drawing. Okay? We will be going over more information in our video notes, and we'll be starting those in just a little while. Thank you for watching.